Today is the first day union members at a local university could strike, but don't look for employees to walk off the job just yet. And following Tuesday's deadly engine explosion involving a Southwest Airlines jet, the FAA has announced it will now order inspections of engine fan blades that have reached a certain number of takeoffs and landings.
And temperatures today, they are cooling down early this morning, but we'll enjoy the nice warm-up to come.
Plus, today we'll know if anyone will be charged in the 2016 death of musician Prince, as he was found unresponsive in his home in Paisley Park. And in the wake of the data scandal at Facebook, users may be asking themselves, just how much does the company know about me? Well, according to Consumer Reports, quite a bit, and you may not even know it. And it's morning time. We're talking about coffee. Packaged and liquid caffeine supplements can kill in high doses. So what is the FDA doing to make sure this doesn't happen? And look at this shocking video as a police officer's dash camera catches a surprising scene as he walks over to a house that was just ran into by a car. Find out what happens next as KHQA This Morning starts right now. And Trump should be removed from office or not. There's little suspense, though, as an acquittal is fully expected.
And Democratic Party officials in Iowa have released some of the results from Monday's Iowa caucus. Coming up, who stands in the lead and who's to blame for the delay in tabulating those ballots. And happening right now, that winter weather advisory and winter storm warning now in effect for the tri-states. We'll talk about the timing of the snow, how much snow, and if there's more to come in the next 7 days.
Plus, standby salt supply. MoDOT breaks down its plan of attack for severe winter weather to best ensure a safe commute.
And it can be one of the most difficult things to do when it's cold outside, but keeping children active in the winter isn't impossible. What you can do to keep them active coming up.
And the world's largest brands have a garbage problem, and 5 of them are banding together to try and fix it. Coming up, what the brands are aiming to do and why their plan could affect your favorite grocery items. We explain as KHQA This Morning gets underway right now.
In 7 others. I'm Michelle Medina in Calabasas, California, where the investigation gets underway this morning.
And President Donald Trump's legal team returns to Capitol Hill today to deliver its second day of opening arguments in his impeachment trial, as Democrats are demanding new witnesses be called to testify.
And it's a dense fog advisory for much of the tri-states as we head through today. Do be careful out there, lives for a little extra time. We'll talk about the very gloomy week ahead.
A 5th case of coronavirus confirmed in the U.S., and now health officials have issued a warning about the fast-moving disease. Plus, skin cancer is the most common cancer in the U.S., with more than 192,000 estimated new cases just last year. Why studies suggest one of the best defenses against the cancer may affect your bloodstream, as KHQA This Morning continues right now.
This is KHQA This Morning, working for you.
Good morning to you and welcome back to KHQA This Morning. It is Monday, January 27th. This is a live look into the LAX airport shuttle in Los Angeles, where you see the purple and yellow colors honoring the passing of Kobe Bryant, who played for the Los Angeles Lakers. As we welcome you to your Monday, I'm Chad Douglas.
Good morning, I'm Tegan Orphan.
Melissa is retired NBA superstar Kobe Bryant, who died in a helicopter crash in Southern California yesterday morning. Michael Jordan calling him one of the greats of the game and a creative force. His former teammate Shaquille O'Neal tweeted that he was so much more than an athlete, he was a family man. Also among the dead, Bryant's 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. CBS's Nichelle Medina is near the crash scene with the very latest.
NBA teams from coast to coast paid tribute.
The NTSB is on the way to the scene. Debris from the crash scattered over the size of about a football field. At new this morning, KHQA is learning that the helicopter that crashed was once owned by the state of Illinois. CBS Chicago reports it was bought in 2007 when Rod Blagojevich was governor. The helicopter was used for trips for the governor and other VIPs until it was sold by former Governor Bruce Rauner in 2015 at an Illinois state auction. Happening today, President Trump's defense team will continue its opening arguments today when the Senate impeachment trial reconvenes. Both sides were given 24 hours over 3 days to present opening statements. House managers wrapped up on Friday. The president's attorneys then began their opening statements on Saturday, using just 2 hours of their time. The CDC now confirming a 5th case of coronavirus in the U.S. That's after new cases were verified Sunday. 2 of the patients are in California, 1 in Arizona. The 2 previously confirmed cases. Hannibal's drinking water has been a cause for concern for local residents. Still to come, KHQA working for you to break down water quality reports and update you on the city's new $11 million system that'll be in place soon. We'll be back right after this short break. But before we go, here is one more look into the LAX airport shuttle in Los Angeles. See the colors there honoring the passing of Kobe Bryant, who played for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And developing right now, Democratic Party officials in Iowa have released the first results of Monday's caucuses. With more than 70% of the votes counted, former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg is holding on to a slim lead over Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is third, trailed by former Vice President Joe Biden. Party officials have apologized for the delay in tabulating those ballots, which they blamed on technical issues. It's unclear when the final results will be made public.
Happening now, the number of coronavirus victims continues to spike in China. Nearly 25,000 cases have been confirmed in that country. At least 409.
Today, chief executives of the largest e-cigarette makers will appear before a congressional subcommittee to talk about the effects of vaping on the public health. The CEOs of Juul Labs and Reynolds American will also be questioned about flavored nicotine products favored among teenagers.
Happening today, NASA will pay tribute to one of the last living Tuskegee Airmen for Black History Month. The agency will honor Air Force Colonel Charles McGee, who served with the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II. McGee took part in the ceremonial coin toss at Sunday's Super Bowl, and as you see there on your screen, he was also honored at President Trump's State of the Union last night.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are headed back to Kansas City today, and the city will be painted red and gold for the Chiefs' Super Bowl victory parade. Fans throughout the tri-states will be headed to downtown Kansas City to attend. MoDOT wants drivers to be aware of upcoming inclement weather, though, that may affect your trip to see the Super Bowl winners.
If anybody's traveling down in that area, some of the impacts from the storm could be the heaviest along the I-70 corridor. If somebody's going down to Kansas City for that. If they are, we just advise people giving themselves plenty of time.
MoDOT advises you on a route where you can avoid the heavier band of snow. And Tegan's got the details on all that you need to know for the next 24 hours. Moving now to your state-to-state headlines this morning. In Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker tackled ethics reform in his State of the State address yesterday. He says the state has to end its redistricting reform, and new this morning, Missouri senators began debating a new plan yesterday that would scrap partisan fairness, quote, and competitiveness from criteria used to draw state House and Senate district map. And in Iowa news now, organizers are in the home stretch as they make the final preparations for the first battle of the 2020 presidential race. The Iowa...
Now, your exclusive KHQA Elite Weather Team forecast.
It is 6:35 here on a Thursday morning, and we are talking more dicey weather across the region today. Right now, we are hovering right at that, and some slick roads across the tri-states. KHQA's Rachel Meyer, she was out and about in northeast Missouri, and now she's made it into Illinois.
Yes, Tegan, we've made it back into Quincy. We are on Main Street in Quincy, just seeing some wet roads and from the storm runner in Quincy. Chad, take it away.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. I want to remind you to download the free KHQA mobile weather app. It is different than our mobile news app, and it will go where you go. So if you're traveling, speaking of roads, MoDOT's Marisa Ellison has been kind enough to get up early with us this morning and keep us up to date on things going on there. Good morning to you, Marisa.
Good morning, Chad.
So here we go, 1-2 punch. We're kind of in that one. Former Illinois state senator now faces federal bribery charges just months after his offices were raided by the FBI. See what's behind the charges after the break.
5:40 on this Thursday morning, and coming up, Punxsutawney Phil has called for an early spring, but I don't think winter's ready to give in just yet.
I don't think so. Heavy snow, flood watches, even possible tornadoes. Those are the weather threats tens of millions will face over the next couple of days. We have the latest coming up after the break. It's coming up on 541. Good morning. Cyber criminals are using the global coronavirus scare to try and steal your personal data. Experts warn hackers are using the outbreak as bait to launch phishing scams and deliver malicious spam and malware. After the break, what you can do to avoid becoming a victim. Up on KHQA this morning, as the number of coronavirus victims continues to spike in China, the U.S. FDA is issuing a test for labs to use that was only available for the CDC. After the break, we'll describe how it works and how effective it is in detecting coronavirus. Plus, families with Ring home security cameras, there is an upgrade available to give you more privacy options when it comes to video access from your cameras. And your favorite Star Wars character, Baby Yoda, will soon be back on Disney Plus as the second season of The Mandalorian has been announced. Wait you must, but for how long? We've got the answer next on KHQA This Morning. 2 new movies shot in the UK open in wide release in North America this weekend. Does either have the firepower to top a reigning box office champ Bad Boys for Life? We take a look at what the experts are saying after the break.